Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It is Friday. Oh my God, what a week. What a week, but we're still here. We're still smiling, and we still have a message for you, a message of hope, encouragement, and inspiration. Well, welcome to this platform, Acknowledges Project 365, and we're so glad that you tuned in with us on today. I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization, Acknowledge as Trophy of Life Incorporated, again, where we have the opportunity to render hope, encouragement, and inspiration. And let me throw in that we're a 501c3 so that at any time you want to make some type of donation to our organization to help the community, to feed the homeless, to help widows, to send kids to college, there's so many things that we do, and we want you to be a part of our team. So I just wanted to put that in there. But let me bring in my co-host at this time.
Hello, everyone. I am Takara Swan, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. Happy Friday. We have made it through the traditional work week, and a lot of you have gotten today off, suddenly. So I hope you spent this day in reflection and rest and peace. Before we bring on our guest today, I just want to remind our viewers to go to our YouTube page, like, share, subscribe, so that you can help us bring hope, encouragement, and inspiration to the entire world. The entire world.
The entire world. I'm always saying something about that because it's happening, and I am so grateful because we're just instruments. That's what we are. We're just instruments. Well, I like to give some type of thought for you, for the weekend, for the day, for the week. Listen to this one. The real measure of your wealth is how much you would be worth if you lost all your money. Woo, that's a thought right there, and so appropriate for today. And I just wanted to take an opportunity to welcome our guest today in the person of Rosemary Neal. Thank you for accepting our invitation to come. And we have a great topic for you. You tell me who doesn't like to talk about money. I'll give you 2 seconds. I know you can't find anybody that whether it's talk about money or have money. And we always heard the scripture about money is the root of all evil. What is it? You kind of turn that scripture around. It is the love of money that is the root of all evil, because when you really love it, love it, love it, it makes you do some things that are not legal. Things are not good for you. So we're going to learn a lot of the knowledge about money. The good, bad, the indifferent, what you can do, what you need to do. And if you have any questions at all, please take the opportunity to write them in our comment section, and Miss Neal will be more than happy to answer them. I tell you what, usually a consultation cost. Today, you get a freebie. You get a freebie. So this is your opportunity to talk about money, what to do with it, where to put it, how to bring it in, all of that. I can hardly wait. Listen, I want to say thank you again for coming in and sharing with us what you do and how you can help us to be financially free and financially independent. Well, the platform belongs to you, Miss Virtuous Occasions, LLC. Neal, blessings. You have the platform.
All right. All right. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. So glad to be here. I'm so glad to be back with my sister girl, Portia Wheatley. I remember her years ago from home yes. Church, home school, Cambridge, Maryland, Eastern Shore. I know we went there. I went there. I gotta give up. I gotta give it for home. Home is where our heart belongs, even though we go wherever. Home is where it is. And that's what we want to talk about today. We want to talk about home. We want to talk about our families. We want to talk about how money is a tool to help us with our families. So I'm going to give you just a few takeaways for this session. And then I'm going to invite you to please make sure you get back in touch with us for any questions that you have that we may not be able to get to on this segment, or it may take a one-on-one or something of that nature. As Ms. Portia's already said, that's a consultation that's already free. Usually it's about $1,800 to $1,200 for a session for financial strategies consultation. So these are free. This is something that I do for our residents, for our community, small businesses, entrepreneurs, I would say 501c3s, organizations, nonprofits, for-profits. So before I continue to rabble on about that, let me get into it. We want to talk about money. Well, I first got to say, this was not, I wasn't taught this in school, and I'm not down in anything. I'm not down in the educational system or anything. They taught me a lot of life lessons, but finances was not a life lesson that they taught me in school. I can't speak for anyone other than myself. So I was not taught this. However, I needed it because some of the decisions that I had made and was going to make as a youngster really depended upon a decision. And the decisions were not founded upon strong financial information, strong financial knowledge. So what had happened was my son Marcus, was talking on the phone. He's living in Jacksonville, Florida. And he asked me a question about finances, and I roughed up an answer. Well, just being honest, I just roughed up an answer. And he's like, Mom, you don't know. You really don't know. And I just laughed. And then I got over my feelings. And because I was a little embarrassed, of course, come on. And so he said, Mom, you really don't know. Okay, so you need this program. You need to learn about money. So long story short, I got over my feelings. I've reached out to the organization that he told me to get involved with, which is World Financial Group. And I learned so much that I took that upon myself, and I made this a part of my life to make sure that I advocate others in the area, because I want to empower, I want to impact, and I want to educate. And that's what I want to do today. With no further ado, let's talk about the facts of life. Okay, now this is not my facts. These are the facts from the United States Census, okay, Bureau. So consider this. They did a tracking of 100 Americans, North Americans, from the ages of 25 to 65. This is what they said. They said 36% of us are passed on. They said 54% of us are dead broke. They said 5% of us are still working. They said 4% is financially independent and 1% is wealthy. Okay, now that's out of 100%. So what were the financial habits that this 1% and the 4%, which makes 5%, have that the 95% don't have? So let's find out what the majority does, which is the 95%. And then we're going to find out what the 5% does. The 95% majority have no plan to achieve their dreams, okay? They don't understand how money works. They earn low rates on their return. They pay too much taxes. They work for someone else. They live paycheck to paycheck, spend and not save their money, live on edge, sporadic. I got to do it today because it's inside of my mind and I need to do it. They get caught up with high interest debt traps, those what I call them, predatory lenders. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then they retire in poverty. The minorities, that 5%, what do? These are their financial habits. They plan for their future. Their money works for them while they're on vacation and sleep, doing something else they want to do. Okay, that's what I'm trying to. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Their money is professionally managed. Okay, so they get a checkup, a financial checkup every quarter. When was the last time we've had a financial checkup? A dentist checkup every 3-4 months, health checkup every year, eye exam every year, financial exam. I don't know the last time I had one of them. That's what I get. But we're going to change that. We're going to change that today. The minorities, they save on their taxes because they know where to put their money. The minorities, they own their own businesses because they get all the tax write-offs. Yeah. The minority, they live a comfortable lifestyle. The minority save their money. They have an emergency fund. Oh, okay. They live debt free and they live their dream. So you might say, well, how do I do all of that? Plus keep all of my expenses, at bay, plus live, plus work, plus take care of the children, soccer, basketball, ballet. How do I do all that? Well, I'm glad you asked. We want to show you there's a need for what we do. There's living expenses at 50% of our income. Taxes looks like 50% of our income. Debt is another 50% of our income. Well, we put that together, that's 100%. So how do we do this? We're gonna have to figure out a way to get our living expenses at 50%, our taxes at a quarter, 25%, our debt at 25%, and our savings at 25% on a residual income earning basis. Now, let me see if I can share my screen, y'all. I tell you, my children took all of my skills, technical, educational, everything. So if I'm not able to share my screen, y'all, please forgive me. I will work something else out. Let's see here. I think I got host, right, Miss Portia? Okay. Okay, I can't hear you. So how about this?
Which one? I have two. Okay, I'll just make you both.
The one that I'm talking on right now is the one you want to give me the host to.
It doesn't, okay.
Not giving it to me?
Let's do this. Wait a minute.
Okay.
You got it? What about now?
Here, let me go back on. Let me just see if I can pull up a document. Are you able to see my document? No?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Why don't I
try it again because I've done that, made you co-host.
Okay. Let me see here. Alrighty. Let me go back on. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. How about I just conversate then? If you guys don't mind me conversating,
sure.
I love to talk. So sorry, I can't show you my screen. I'd love to, but here's most important. The most important is the knowledge that's gonna come from all of this. So let me talk about taking control of your future. Guess what, y'all? It's not my future. It's not Miss Portia's future. It's not your neighbor's future. It's not even your coach's future. It is your future. Therefore, there's a way that you have to learn how to build a proper financial foundation. Well, you might say, well, how do I do that? I've got all of these challenges from family, house, work, life, health, even some may have a disability or something that they're dealing with. These are challenges. How do I build a proper financial foundation based upon these challenges? I've got liabilities that's really expensive, debt. I've got dealing with constant job changing. And now we got the pandemic that we're dealing with, and we're dealing with everything. So how do I do this? Well, our solution to building a strong financial foundation is 4 steps, easy steps. First, you protect your family through and by proper protection, okay? You make sure that you protect your family with life insurance policies that is going to give you the money that you need for your debt, for your income, to pay mortgage and or rent, and to pay for your children's education. And you need to multiply that number by at least 10 in order for you to know what your proper protection is. Then you want to talk about debt management. We want to show you how to reduce your debt quicker. A lot of people have those predatory lending credit cards that seem to never go away. Why don't they go away? Because they're 18 and 22% every month. And you know what? If you multiply that times 12, times 18 years of what you would be paying it for, you would probably come up with what one of my clients came up with was over 200 and some $1,000 of debt. What did we do? We gave them a debt reduction program for them to go on so they can take and reduce their debt in a shorter period of time and they can manage it. We also help them with a budget so they can figure out, where am I going to get this money from in order to pay this bill on this date? So listen, I've got a lot to say, short time to say it. And so call me, catch up with me. I'll be glad to do a one-on-one. Again, the emergency fund is the number 3 that you use for our solution. We have a way to show you how to create an emergency fund. Most people I talk to have barely $500 as an emergency fund. Did you know that you need at least 3 to 8 months of income for an emergency fund to be considered an emergency fund? Yeah. Investment. The last piece that we need is an investment. The investment is, where do you put your money? Okay, that's going to give you tax advantages. I want to share that with you if I can. Now, today, we building our home from the ground up. Okay, you don't build it from the top to the bottom, you build it from the bottom to the top. So proper protection first, then debt management next, then emergency fund next, then the investment last. Okay, a lot of us do it different. We want to invest because we think that's the pride thing to do, or that's the greatest thing to do. But we need to build a strong foundation. Making money, saving money, growing money, and protecting our money must be our goal. Let's talk about this. I'm going to talk about the power of compounding interest. Has anybody heard of the rule of 72? Well, that rule was designed by Einstein, the genius Einstein, Albert Einstein. He says this is how money works. He says, if you take your money and you put your money in an interest-bearing account, it has to double in a certain amount of years, certain amount of time. So here is an description or demonstration of it, if I can speak it verbally to you. Consider this. You have 4, or should I say 3 different people who receive money from Uncle Joe. We'll just say Uncle Joe came by and gave 3 cousins money. $10,000 each cousin got $10,000. So they said, Einstein said, you take that $10,000 and you put it in an interest-bearing account. So the first cousin says, I'm going to put mine in a 4% interest-bearing account. The other cousin says, I'm going to put mine in an 8%. And the other cousin says, I'm going to put mine in 12%. So let me talk to you a minute. Einstein says, whatever you do, you take your percentage that you have and you divide the number 72 by that percentage. And that's going to tell you how soon your money will duplicate, will go again. So here's the thing. 4% divided into 72, you got 18. So it will double every 18 years, okay? 9, or should I say 8% into 72, your money doubles every 9 years. Now, if you decide to put your money in a 12% interest-bearing account, it's going to double every 6 years. So here's the figures. $10,000 in a 4% interest-bearing rate account at age 29, all 3 was age 29, that it doubled 18 years for the 4%, and it came to $20,000. At 65, they got $40,000. I'll jump over to the 8% interest-bearing account, which doubled every 9 years. So every 9 years, the other cousin, they came out at age 65 at $160,000. Why? Because their money doubled every 9 years, that same $10,000 plus the interest on it. Then the other cousin put them in 12% interest-bearing account, divided that into 72, they got their money every 6 years doubled. So that $10,000 doubled every 6 years. When they turned 65, they had over a whopping $640,000 of interest and of money that they got from a $10,000 investment. Can you say wow to that? I said wow to that. And here's how it works. This is how it works. Where do you put your money? A lot of people put their money in checking accounts, savings accounts, CDs, stocks, mutual funds. Those are tax now accounts. Everything you do is taxed. Even when you want to take money out of your bank account, it is taxed. Did you know the 2 financial cancers is considered taxes and inflation? Well, what you have to do is you have to consider how much that really is. Right now, it's probably about 6 or 7% on the dollar. Okay, so that means you have to put your money in any account that's going to give you at least 7 or 8% rate of return on that dollar in order for you to just to break even. So now the tax now accounts was the checks and the savings and all that. Tax later, did you know pensions, 401ks, IRAs, annuities, those are tax later, meaning tax deferred. You're not going to get away from it. You're going to have to pay it when you withdraw it out of that account. The problem is the taxes are going to be higher on it, and also the inflation percentage is going to be higher on it. The account that we want to share with you is the tax advantage account, where you take and you pay taxes, small amount of taxes, very small amount of taxes in the beginning, and you pay no taxes at the end when you want to withdraw. What account is that? That's the Roth IRAs, the 529 college funds, the mutual bonds, the health savings accounts, the cash value life insurances, and also the long-term care benefit policies. Now, I've said a lot, and I'm sure somebody is like, oh my God, I don't know what she said. I'm sorry. You know, I'm on a slated time, so I got to go with it. But I promise you, if you give us your name, your telephone number, and your email, you will get a personal one-on-one free for this session, free. Now, financial needs analysis. What can I do for you? What can we do for you? We can invite you to several workshops throughout the week. They're free. Just register and go online. They're free. They're Zoomed. You will learn how to increase your cash flow, how to generate and manage your debt, how to have an emergency fund. You will learn how to properly protect yourself. You learn how to build wealth, and you learn how to preserve wealth, setting a legacy for yourself. So what is these workshops are going to do for you? It's going to show you how to create additional streams of income. It's going to help you manage your expenses. It's going to help you consolidate your debt. It's going to help you eliminate your debt. It's going to save you at least 3 to 6 months of income and show you how to do that. And it's going to properly protect you against loss or against disability of, loss of income due to a disability, or due to an accident, due to anything. It will show you how to properly protect that. Then to build wealth, it's going to show you how to outpace inflation. Isn't that what I just talked about? That inflation, oh, it's silent. It's a silent one, but it will come up every time. And it's going to show you how to preserve your wealth. So what is most important to you as a financial, I would say primary income earner in your home? What is more important to you? We want to share with you different things, how we can help you. Our time is just about up, but we want to see where we can help you start today. We can help you with four different options. The first option, we can give you that complimentary financial strategy, okay? The second option, we can let you consider being on a referral basis. This is how that works. You would, if you'd like to make extra money by referring someone, if you know someone that needs help with our services, please refer them. You will get extra income from that. All you have to do is be a licensed professional for this life and health insurance. It's regulated through the state of Maryland, and I don't have nothing to do with that. That when you're dealing with finances, the state of Maryland is going to be on it. So you just have to have licensing, and you can make that work. And then part-time, if you want to do this part-time, get your license, be your own boss, do it on your own time. Don't have no micromanager over your shoulders. You do this on your time. You help people, you impact, you empower, you educate, and then you surely make money from that. Or you can do it full-time. Okay, you can say, I'm gonna ditch my job. I do my pros and my cons on it. My cons, or whatever, my pros are whatever. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna take a step of faith, and I'm gonna do this full-time. And you will basically build a great empire, financial empire for yourself, and you will build that for your family and hopefully some other families through a proven system. So my time is up. I know my time is up. So I hope that I've said something that stimulated, that sparked, I might even confused you. And that's good, because you can come back to me and I will do my best to make sure that is cleared up. I'm hoping that I have made someone really understand where we are and how we need to be as it relates to building a strong financial foundation. Thank you so very much, Ms. Portia. Thank you so very much. Anytime you need us, let us know. We are always here to serve.
Thank you. That was great information. Excellent information. And I mean, you just let it off your tongue like like you were like you were in a testimony service. Father, I thank you, Lord. Anyway, listen, I wanted to know, now I know it is good. Say something to the effect of how early you should start a child to value money.
That is so perfect. Yes. I started my grandchildren. First of all, I started investing for my grandchildren. My youngest granddaughter, she's 7 months old this month. And I started investing in a policy paying her first at 7 months old, actually at 2 months old, to be honest with you, when she was first born and they gave her the Social Security number. That's when I put the insurance on her. And that's how the wealthy do it. They put their insurance on their babies real early. So as they're growing up, they're paying on this. And then when the children go to college, the car payment's paid for. You don't have a car payment. You don't basically have a house payment, because that money that you pay now with the 13% interest that you put in it because of the insurance policy that it would get, okay, for living benefit. I know I'm saying it a lot, maybe difficult, but talk to me later in reference to that proper protection. But for the answer to the question, what I did was put money on my grandchildren for their education. 529, got 529 college plan for them. So they will not be victims of predatory lenders. They will not be victims of college loans that are in tuition and all of that. They will not, I speak it, they will not be victims of it. But you got to do more than speak it. You got to engage in it and do it. So I put that insurance on them. And basically, that's going to carry them throughout their high school, their college, what have you. And it's money that they can get back to themselves should they need it. It's not a death benefit policy. It's a living benefit policy. There's two different types, or actually three. But this one, the living benefit, you actually can benefit from it while you're still alive. It's called a financial foundation universal life insurance policy. Okay, that's what that's called. So if someone says, well, she just sells insurance. No, I don't just sell insurance. I empower you with information about different types of insurance and about different ways you can raise your financial status from financial instability to financial independence, and through by learning, through and by knowledge. I tell you this, if you don't walk away with nothing from what I said, walk away with this. Knowledge is the only thing that pays interest.
That's good. That's good. Knowledge is the only thing that pays interest.
Yes.
Got it. Got it.
Everything else, you're going to pay taxes.
Knowledge is the only thing you pay interest. Everything else, you're going to pay taxes. Woo. Okay. Now, that is something that you do for your children. What about, like, when parents give them allowances, that part of valuing money? What about, you give them $5, and as soon as they go to the store, they want to blow all $5. Forget about the taxes when you get to the register, but just money in,
right.
in general.
Well, see, now what you would want to do is you would pay them $5, but you'd also take it take tithes out of that. Make it like a tithes. I mean, hey, we know what tithes are. Pay God, pay yourself first, and then keep the rest. So that's what you would do. And that's what's encouraged to do. You pay yourself first. I asked a couple people, when's the last time you paid yourself first? They're like, I don't remember. I've not paid myself first. And I said, don't feel bad, because I didn't start paying myself first until last year. Seriously.
Okay.
Last year, I did not start paying myself first until last year. How did I pay myself first? Through and by getting proper protection for myself. So should anything happen to me, if I need money, I can borrow from myself.
Mhm. Okay, a thought. Even in a pandemic, people are saying, how in the world can I do something like this? And or begin to invest or begin to put money aside. Is there a certain amount that you have to wait until you get to before you?
Nope.
You
Now
know,
here's the great thing about this. You pay for what you need. You've got to make a decision to pay for what you need. Now, do I need to get now I'm probably gonna get in trouble with this, so y'all. All right. But I'm gonna be honest. Do I need to get my nails done every 2 weeks? Okay. I might need to learn how to do my nails myself. Okay. They may not be gorgeous, they may not be bling, but at least they got some color on them. They're gonna grow strong and healthy, and I can make it through the day. Okay. I may not need to be able to go, I may not get to go out to girls' night out every Saturday night or every 2 weeks or whatever. That money that I would have used to travel to go to the place for the gratuities that they charge at 18% for the food, for everything else, can I calculate that and put that aside? If you just save $5 a day, $10 a day, I can tell you this much, you will do just fine. Now, look at this, consider this. Can you cut down on your cable? Can you cut down on your shopping? Can you cut down? Look, what is it? $10 a day, multiply times 12, $300 a month. Multiply that times whatever your time frame is.
yeah,
That could be over $500 6 months you save, or more than that actually, a
yeah,
month. That's 16, 16, 18, 19, $2,000 you can save. So to answer your question, you can start now with the small thing.
yes.
Discipline and consistency are the keys to financial success.
That is what I do believe. Discipline and consistency. Yes, you definitely can. Even the hair done, learn how to do your own hair.
Learn how to do
Another
your
thing is eating out,
Mhm.
and you may learn how to cook. Your husband or your wife made, like, yes, a home cooked meal, or even the children,
Yes.
especially considering how dirty some of, I mean, how unclean some of the, I'm sorry, but some of them, I didn't say all, I didn't categorize them and say all of them, but you hear some horror stories on
Yeah,
some
right.
of the restaurants. So yeah,
Right.
it's amazing. You can do
We can,
this. You can do this.
yes, you can do this. I tell people all the time, let me see your expenses. Let me see what you pay out every month. Did you know? I'm gonna tell on myself. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all, better not hold me to it, but I'm gonna tell on myself. I had a magazine subscription that I totally forgot about. It was $12.99 a month. I multiplied that times 12. I had it for 3 years. I said, wait a minute. That's times 12. That was 40 some dollars. I don't know what it was, but all I could tell you was I got rid of it. I wrote them a nice
Right.
letter and I asked them to discontinue my subscription. And I took that same money and I put it towards bills. Now I had a client that I helped. The one that I was talking about, the 200 some $1,000, they said, I don't know what to do. I said, I'm gonna tell you what to do. We're gonna find you a debt reduction program that you're gonna take that same money that you would have been paying 18% on that credit card. We're gonna find you another credit card that is not a predatory lender that's probably 8%. Well,
Maybe. Yeah.
the fact of the matter is, we got to understand that we're not going to get by not paying our bills. We made them, we signed on the dotted line, and we're going to have to be
That's
creative.
good.
We're going to have to be creative in order to pay them. So that's where we come into play with that. We can help you look at that. Just the student loans. If you got unsecured student loans, we have that program that we can help you with that. Pay those student loans off sooner, sooner than the time that is already set in the system. Don't you know there's a set time in the system for you to continue to stay broke? I'm sorry. Okay, I shouldn't have went there. but there's also a set time in the system for us to become wealthy. Okay, so where there's a wrong, there's always a right. So,
well, I really enjoyed this segment. I think it's so important. And Miss Portia, in the beginning, you said, who doesn't like to talk about money? I'll tell you who doesn't like to talk about money. People who are broke and think that money is too above them.
yep.
There's a lot of people who just don't want to address it. They want to run away from it. But you're going to have to face the music. So as someone who is, an adult, a growing adult, and I told you the other day, adulting is really hard. And some things aren't as though you thought they were. As you're getting older, you learn things. You have to sit down and take time to deal with the things that you think are difficult.
Yes.
And once you break them down and get an understanding of them, they're not so difficult anymore. And money is one of them. Money is something that you're going to have to live in this world. Everyone needs some type of financing to live, to eat, to have a place to stay, shoes on your feet, clothes on your back. So one thing I always say, and we've said this before, you can't win at the game if you don't know the rules, okay? And the way that the majority of us are taught in school, you may have that one segment in class in high school or middle school that teaches you, okay, this is what a checking account is, this is what a savings account is, this is how you write a check. I don't even know if they teach kids how to write checks anymore. I don't know. So, but they may teach you what these things are, but they don't teach you how to manage them. And a select few get taught how to manage them. And it's not by the school system. It's usually by the family members that have money, that have been through some things and they know what's going on. So this is a perfect time for you to take advantage of someone who's trying to offer you knowledge that will help you and your family establish wealth and create generational wealth. So I want to encourage everyone to do that. And just for an example, having the knowledge of how money works is how we have, I'm not going to say any names, we have some multi-billionaires who've been in the news lately who create wealth, have multi-billion-dollar, businesses, do not pay any taxes, and they were able to claim a tax credit for their children. What? You just grossed $25 billion. And I don't think people understand how much $1 billion is. That's a lot of money. But that's because they know how to work the system. So when you learn how things work, that's when you can establish wealth for yourself. And also, I just want to say, I read an article not too long ago that it says the average American, not that 1%, the average American in their lifetime actually makes $1 million with a regular job. Yep. Not saying you have to have a whole bunch of education. The average American makes $1 million. But the thing is, it's not even how much you make in life. It's what you do with what you make. That's what you need to learn. So you can have a job that, it doesn't pay a whole lot, but you can still establish wealth. You can complete your goals. You can have a savings. You can have, a savings for your family, your children, if you want to have children, and you can still buy some cute shoes. All with not having, a really, really high paying job. It's just, you have to make small sacrifices so that, you can live grand towards the end. And when I say towards the end, I'm not talking about like when you're 70 or 80, like, no, like by the time you get to an adult where they expect you to pay taxes and like, hey, you better pay these taxes or you're going to go to jail. By the time you get that age, if you know how to manage your money, you can live a wonderful and abundant life with what you have. And then you can work on, okay, now that I got my budget together, now I can start focusing on how can I make some money and make my money work for me while I'm sleeping, like that 5%. So yeah. I just want to encourage everyone to share this. Please share this. I know I say share all the time, but this is one you really need to share because you can't live in this world without having any kind of monetary, income. So take advantage of what she's offering. She said that usually a consultation is $1,200 to $1,800 with a professional. She's offering you that for free to just take a look at your finances and tell you where to start. You got to start somewhere, and it doesn't matter if you're 13 watching this or if you're 75 watching this. Take advantage of what Project 365 is bringing to you today, okay? We cater to the entire being, and you need to have money if you want to eat, okay? And also, just one last thing to my millennials out there, because I am a millennial. I can't speak for any other generation, but if you just look at your bank account, okay, because if you don't spend cash, like cash in your hands, and you like, use the PayPal with your phone or use your credit card or your debit card, look and see how much money you spend on food, on that Starbucks, on that Dunkin' Donuts, on, a little here, a little there. And I bet you if you can just cut down just a little bit, you will see that you have a whole lot of money that you can save up to establish yourself. And I'm talking to myself. That's why I said millennials, okay? Because at work today, I was doing really good. And I said, you know what? Whew, it's been a day at work. I'm going to Starbucks. That's like $6 I say. But if you get $6 and spend $6 every day or more every day on something like food or junk, you're wasting money. So let's do this together. Let's get financially stable together. So share this and just do the work.
You sound excited, girl. You ready? I
Share this and do the work.
I love
Share this and do the work. That's what Takira said. Share this and do the work. Really, if we got to stop just talking about doing something, we want to do better, but we don't put the action in that we need to do. I wanted to make sure we got all the information from Rose as to how to contact her. And it looks like April has it covered in the comment section on Facebook. She has it covered. If you would check our comments, April, who works with Rose, has the information that you need to contact Rose. I'll be contacting you for myself. Contacting you for myself because I do want to, I think I do pretty good for what is coming up in this house. Yeah. So God takes care of me, and I'm so glad about that. But I don't want it to be just me that he's taking care of. You can do it as well. You can do it as well. And people wonder, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? God. And the actions, discipline and consistency. That's what it is. So thank you so much, Rose. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you wanted to come on, and I wanted you to come on to share the information that you have, but it wasn't about you just getting other clients. You really wanted to share the information with our community. So I really do love that. When we are concerned about our people and our family, our community, being knowledgeable of information that is really pertinent to life, I really love to connect with you. So again, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, we're going to leave you for today. But of course, before I leave, I wanted to always share the announcement about our Widows and our Widowers Empowerment Summit that is coming up on July the 17th at 2 p.m. I would love to see every widow. I would love to see every widower. I'm sorry that we are in these particular situations, but it is what it is. It's life. And I want you to come and be empowered. Anybody that wants to sponsor someone, go to our website, www.trophyoflife.org. You can purchase a ticket there, as well as Eventbrite, and just search Widows and Widowers, and it will come up. Again, thank you so very much. I appreciate you, and you. God bless you, and we will see you tomorrow. Takira, at what time?
1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.